Experts believe the death toll from Iranian protests has now surpassed 2,500 people as President Trump says help is on the way.
The death toll was reported by a U.S.-based human rights agency after communications from inside Iran slightly improved. Thousands of people have been arrested. The protest began about 2 weeks ago with people angry about Iran's economy and government. President Trump says he is waiting to get an accurate number of people killed before acting. Fox 4's David Santendry has more on that tonight. David.
Yes, Stephen, Heather, that death toll, however, expected to be significantly higher, especially after reading some reports. And today, President Donald Trump says even he does not have an accurate death toll. Just goes to show how cut off protesters are from the rest of the world. While the death toll increases related to anti-regime protests in Iran, President Donald Trump continues to speak against the Islamic Republic regime.
Yeah, the message is they've got to show humanity. They've got a big problem, and I hope they're not going to be killing people. And I'm going to have a report very soon. It would seem to me that they have been badly misbehaving, but that is not confirmed.
The president, on his Truth Social account, said, Iranian patriots keep protesting, take over your institutions, say the names of the killers and abusers. They will pay a big price. I have canceled all meetings with Iranian officials until the senseless killing of protesters stops. Help is on its way.
You said to Iran this morning that help is on the way for protesters. What did you mean by that? What kind of help?
You're going to have to figure that one out. I'm sorry.
I think there is no appetite on the part of this administration or really any other administration to be involved in a prolonged boots-on-the-ground nation-building exercise like we saw in Iraq or Afghanistan.
Iran, an area of expertise for Dr. Aydin Salyan, a UNT political science professor.
Iran has been dealing with double-digit inflation for years.
Economic protests began this past December.
But it quickly became an anti-regime protest that hit towns and cities all across the country, just yearning for basic, simple freedoms.
Now, more than 2,000 people are dead. Experts believe that number to be substantially higher, but a full scope of what's happening is unclear.
And just this past week, the government shut down the internet and all communications with the outside world.
On Monday, President Trump announced he would impose a 25% tariff tax on imports to the United States from countries doing business with Iran. It's unclear if the U.S. is considering military strikes on Iran.
And we really don't know what the scale of those strikes would be.
Dr. Salyan says while protesters want the current Islamic Republic regime to collapse, that will likely not happen unless Iran's military crumbles first. Iranian Americans who have spoken with Fox 4 appreciate U.S. assistance and believe it's needed, but also believe a regime change must be led by Iranians.
The true, meaningful, lasting reform has to come from the Iranian people themselves.
The president says he hopes to have an accurate death count toll by tomorrow. Steve, Heather, back to y'all.
All right, David Santendry.